biggest positive is that there's so little free float, right? There's so much of Bitcoin that is lost, stolen, hodled, immovable. And so the amount that turns over every day is a relatively small percentage of the total. And now I think that dynamic changes as the price rises, right? If the price, not if, when the price goes parabolic, as I believe it will in this next cycle, as it does in every cycle, as emotion and momentum and FOMO kick in around the halving.
Mark Yusko is an American investor, entrepreneur, and the founder and CEO of Morgan Creek Capital Management and global investment firm. In this video, Yusko predicts Bitcoin's price will rise in the next cycle, leading to changes in dynamics. The fight to launch a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund has gone in fits and starts, but its approval may be inevitable. That would be a shot in the arm for the token market. The rise Bitcoin is an inevitable outcome of technological evolution, not a magic. He sees them as a natural progression of computing power and a better alternative to traditional money like gold. The price of Bitcoin is currently trading around $31,000 per coin after reaching a high of $68,000 in November 2021. Some analysts believe that Bitcoin could reach $100,000 per coin by the end of the decade. As anticipated, despite the erroneous predictions of Tim Draper, who said that Bitcoin would reach $250,000 by June 2023, he still maintains that this will happen in the future, perhaps by 2025. Mark Yusko expressed doubts about cryptocurrency ETF approval and its effect on Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, value. He believes investors will likely withdraw from GBTC, which has a 2% fee, in favor of ETFs. During the past few weeks, GBTC's discount has increasingly narrowed and the value of its shares has outperformed that of Bitcoin. Market observers have attributed GBTC's improved performance to BlackRock's application for a Bitcoin spot ETF. Last year, the SEC rejected Grayscale's plan to convert its Bitcoin Trust into an ETF, forcing the firm to file a lawsuit against the SEC, arguing that a spot ETF was not different from a futures ETF, which the SEC had previously approved. A flurry of spot Bitcoin ETF filings by BlackRock, Fidelity Investments, and other financial giants turned market sentiment positive for a massive rally in Bitcoin price. We will now bring you clips of Mark from his recent interview with Blockworks Macro. Before we proceed further in this video, please make sure to subscribe our channel and click the bell icon to stay updated.
I did see one story about predictions that, well, the big move comes after the halving. True, right?
True.
The period leading up to the halving is volatile with an upward glide, but it's not the parabolic. The parabolic is after the halving, where the price has to adjust because of the mining rewards. And there's some discussion, well, the mining rewards might not have to change as much because now there are fees because of ordinals and things. It's reasonable. I still think it's going to go parabolic. And when BlackRock gets approved, that's a big demand driver. And I think the parabolic move this time will be. Now, I'm not saying $1 million but it's funny. I guess Tim Draper is getting grief this week about his 250K prediction that it's not going to happen before the end of the year. He's like, yeah, so I missed it. I mean, timing's hard. And so someone pulled up, and I guess mine is next year in 2020, like by the end of 2024. I could see that happening. I'm not guaranteeing anything, and I'm not. But my logic for that was kind of halfway to gold equivalence. That was 5 years out of what I thought would take 10 years, and so I still think that's definitely possible. And if you think about, we've talked about this. Each halving is added to zero, so we went from 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000. This is the 100,000 halving, and you always get a surge above that. Previous surges have been roughly 2x, the fair value. And the value of GBTC goes down a lot once there's an ETF, because people take it out of GBTC, paying 2%, and go into the ETF. And I don't know what BlackRock registered for, but probably 100 basis points, maybe something like that. I didn't look at the filing. It was inevitable because this is a technological evolution. We've talked about this over and over for the year, over a year that we've been doing this. This is not, witchcraft voodoo. It's not some magic internet money. It's just an evolution of computing power, and it's a better way to do gold. I mean, gold is great. Gold has been money for 5,000 years, but it's not very portable and it's not very divisible. And I can't break a bar in half and stuff it in my computer and send it to you, but I can hit a button and send you Bitcoin like that.
During the interview, Mark Yusko mentioned that currently the most prominent gold ETF is GLD, and other offerings are not as significant in comparison. According to the World Gold Council, SPDR Gold Shares is the largest physically backed gold ETF. GLD was launched back in 2004 when the price of gold was priced at roughly $410. Before the GLD, gold prices increased by 16.84% over 8 years. Meanwhile, 10-year rates declined by 33.55%. In the 8 years since the ETF began trading, gold prices increased by 286.9%, while 10-year rates fell by 61.65%. Yusko acknowledged BlackRock's reputation but supported VanEck, Bitwise RCA, and the Winklevoss twins, believing their approval would benefit businesses. However, he currently favored BlackRock as the market leader. On June 6, the financial regulators sued Coinbase on allegations that the platform operates as an unregistered security exchange. While recently BlackRock has chosen Coinbase for surveillance sharing agreement in its Bitcoin ETF filing to put out SEC concerns about market manipulation. Let's get back to interview.
I'm still leaning toward kind of what they did with GLD, right? There's no real alternative to GLD. Now, the other ones that have gold ETFs say, no, we have one. No, you don't. There's GLD and everybody else. And so, maybe at some point they'll approve other ones. But the fact that so many of us have been saying, they're just going to approve BlackRock, maybe they will do as you say. Oh, no, that's not, we'll do VanEck too. I mean, they're a reputable, group and we like them. But any of the newbies, look, and I'm invested in a whole bunch of them. I mean, I would love for Bitwise. I'm an owner of Bitwise, partial, small.
Love
I would
Bitwise
love
too.
for them to get approved. I would love. I mean, Hunter is amazing. Hunter is a great guy and great leader, and Matt's a good guy. And so I would love for them to get approved. I would love for Arca to get approved. I'd love for the twins to get approved. They could use it. Their business is struggling right now. So, but I'm going to stick with. It's BlackRock right now, and they're going to test it out. In fact, I'm going to say they're going to give it. I don't know if they can actually do this, but like a contingent approval, I don't think they can do a trial period, but that wouldn't surprise me if they said, we'll approve this for a while, but I think it's all or none. Now, Coinbase has got to fight the fight because, they got to fight the fight, and that is what it is. But back to the first story, the fact that BlackRock picked them instead of somebody else, right? They didn't pick. Now, the question is, well, who else are you going to pick? I mean, Coinbase owns the primo custody business that was Zappo that they bought in. I mean, it's the Fort Knox equivalent of crypto custody. So if you're BlackRock, you got to use them. But that indicator of quality is putting the SEC in a tough spot. I was like, well, if they're a good company and they're really, and people say, but they're running a shitcoin casino. Well, a priori, no. You had your chance to claim things were securities before. You didn't do that. Now you want to do it ex post. In a court of law, in a court of public opinion, that may work.
According to time analysis data, Bitcoin's price could reach as high as $98,000 or even $260,000 by October 2025. However, there is also less agreement on the duration and extent of the rally, as well as the potential volatility in the crypto market leading up to halving. As the market evolves, how will the potential approval of a Bitcoin ETF and the involvement of major players like BlackRock shape the future trajectory of cryptocurrencies? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video informative, don't forget to show your support towards our channel by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay informed about our latest videos covering more interesting topics. Thank you for watching.